Possibly our first bonfire together at the new place.
Yay.
Yay. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Where at?
It's right next to my chair and the table.
A lot of bugs, but you know.
Yeah.
Summer.
Yeah, we hate bugs. Hey, there's the donkey.
The sun's terrible.
Yeah, the sun is terrible. It's too...
Whoever invented that?
Who invented the sun? Yeah. It's quite sunny.
Reminds me of the last time you made me move tree limbs.
Yeah, and the time before that I had you wallpaper my room and helped me wallpaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Empty.
I know it is.
Are you gonna make a small talk?
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Use the fumes.
Trying to get the fire going now. Probably go from 0 to nothing in a little bit. Yeah.
It will explode.
You prepared to run, Colton?
Huh?
No, he's prepared to die.
He's
As soon as he lights it, I'm just gonna like jump right on top.
Of course. There's more spark of life in that fire than there is in your soul.
Can I write
Think
it
of the
into my
views.
book?
Yeah,
at
think of the
least?
views. What?
Can I at least write your death into my book?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Make it as funny as you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna make it epic, like
Yeah.
your
that works.
tortured soul was like, oh, this fire, I must.
Yeah. Well, when you stop, drop, and roll, think of the views. That would be interesting. We
Well-
could turn it into an educational piece, instructional.
Turn into
I'll
a
definitely
snuff
stop.
film.
Yeah. How emo kids put out fires.
Oh. That's sad.
That is sad. So, are you getting bugged by mosquitoes already?
Yeah, I can feel them everywhere. It's great.
Yeah. I'm usually the last they bug because I think they sense my anxiety.
Oh. I can't sense mine. That's.
I know, I don't know why. It's probably the bright blue shirt and I'm dressed in black.
We have Kindle.
You're dressed with anxiety.
I know. You what?
So we have Kindle.
Oh, yes.
My
Kindling?
This guy's
Box
like a
that
sad
I-
blueberry.
You do look like a sad You do.
You know the insects.
The min sex?
Said insect.
Oh, I thought you said the min sex. I'm like, what? That's a new word. Is that a male insect?
Sure.
Yeah.
Could be whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
A cross between different animals, like
Yeah.
a man and a bug.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A non-binary insect.
Fire, fire, fire.
Oh, yes. There we go. There's a cat.
Cat.
Hello? Do I know you?
I'm a cat.
Hello? 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 I knew Colton would be distracted by the kitty cat.
Hold on.
Meanwhile, the flames ignite behind us. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. I see you. Steve Irwin moment.
Crocky. There's a hairy pussy in the bushes.
All right, so he's gonna keep an eye on the cat. I'm gonna go ahead and keep an eye on the fire. Jesus, man. And this is what it's come down to. Feeding a Venus flytrap.
Close, close. Maybe it's not working.
slowly closing. Not as dramatic. We kind of gave it a build up. Very non-climatic ending. There we go. Just slow, no hurry.
I can see its juices starting to. There we go. I think it's stuck in there now. Get back in there.
If not, and we find that it got out, we will give it to these guys. Pixie frogs. Yeah. They won't let it get away.
I think it's trying to get out. It's weird.
It's not a full grown one that we put it in, so that will probably be a meal. It won't need fed again for a week.
That one's still digesting it. I think it's done moving around. I think it's still trying, but I think its digestive juices are doing its work.
Turn right onto Lincoln's New Salem Road.
Lincoln's New Salem Road. This is a historic landmark. Our Lincoln.
In 0.3 miles, turn
President
right
Lincoln.
onto Pistol Lane and then turn left.
Look at him. Cool. Cool, cool. It's cool. Oh, she's pointing out this awkward.
Lincoln hugging a man upside down.
That's how they hugged in 1830 something? Oh,
It's Lincoln being thrown by Armstrong.
okay, so there's no hugging going on.
Well, no, it's not hugging. I was just joking. So get that.
Proper way to
Lincoln
hug
kinda-
back in the days.
So it was out wrestling. They were wrestling.
Yeah.
So I think Lincoln lost.
Probably, yeah. So they're not fornicating, they're
Wrestling?
horse playing. That's what I said.
Wow. Because he's skinny.
Hopefully he's not about to do the same thing to the dog.
The dog was like, what's going on? What happens when it gets to the end?
Don't know. That's cool. Though.
I can't do it. I was like, blow it out.
We are entering the village. Huh, nice.
Howdy.
Hey.
Welcome to the Cooper shop. So back in the 1830s, this is where Mr. Onslaught and his son Isaac, they would have made buckets, barrels, butter churns, even wash tubs. So really about any wooden container, it seems like, Onslaught's is the place to get it.
Nice.
It's the only original building on the site as well. So a bit over half, about 60% or so I'd say, of the logs in the walls are from the 1830s. If you look over at that wall right there, the one in the middle, it's a bit darker, it's a bit thinner than all of them. It's 1830s.
Ah.
So all the thin ones that you see here are original.
Nice.
All the thicker ones are about 1920s. So
Okay.
I'm in the process of making a bucket myself, but it's my first one, so it's a bit slower than usual.
Okay.
That works.
You're welcome. Bye.
Welcome by.
One's like that.
Yeah.
She's cool.
That's something I would do. I'd be like, bye. I have work to do.
Exactly.
Well, it's nice. No, I saw you briefly from that window. I thought you were a mannequin, so I was like,
Oh yeah. I've been mistaking that for a statue in here. So, you know, people look through and they're like, oh, they've even got mannequins.
yeah.
No, I'm a person. I'm a personality.
Here, catch.
You know, that works.
Oh.
Does that go to the blacksmith or does that go here?
Goes here.
Ron said blacksmith and then Cooper, so who knows?
Okay. Bye, Bryce.
Yeah, but if you guys have any questions, that's what I'm here for. Or, we've got other interpreters throughout the site today that can answer
Okay.
close to whatever you need.
Cool.
Yeah.
Place I grew. There's places just like this where I grew up, and
Yeah.
they had the they had the blacksmith and things like that during Ooh, another open one. I wonder who's in there.
Wonder who's in there.
But first, we must explore the tiny cabin.
Oh, this little thing. This would be like an outhouse from what I know of. Ah, I was right.
It's the poop house.
Oh, it's a two-seater. I love that. It's his and her activity. Could you imagine us doing that bonding experience?
What is it?
Cool.
Chapel or something? I don't know. I don't have the thing out.
Oh, schoolhouse and church.
Oh, schoolhouse. Oh, I said chapel.
Schoolhouse and church. Mentor Graham moved into this area in 1826 and built a brick house.
Well, I was gonna say that pews.
On
They
his
seem
farm.
like pews, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, children. We will now open your books to lesson 365.21. Yeah.
I'm sure that's exactly what happened back in the day.
Pushing on.
In the well. Hopefully the, who was it? Lord of the Rings. Not Lord of the Ring, The Ring. There's what down there?
Garbage.
Of course there is garbage down there.
The home back here in the back is the workshop of the wheelwright, Robert Johnston. And Robert, along with his oldest son, William, two of them, they were the wheelwrights here in the village for a little over half of the 11 years or so the village lasted. And in the shop, as well as out here, this is where they made the wagon wheels, the carriage wheels, spinning wheels. You're more than welcome to come inside if you'd like. They were also cabinet makers. They made a lot of furniture as well, so very busy, very skilled craftsmen.
Yeah.
The shop here, as well as outside, most of the time, 6 days a week. Most of the time, too, probably 10, 12 hours a day, trying to get as much use out of the daylight hours as possible, but it made for a long, long work week.
Oh yeah.
And then the one room here in front, this is very typical the way most of the families lived. Robert and his wife and 4 children all in the one room. And larger families, they wouldn't have had a bigger home, but they would have had the sleeping loft and the rafters up above. The older children climbed a ladder and just slept on the floor up there. Here, depending upon the time of day, it's the living room. At mealtime, the kitchen dining room. All the food's fixed here at the fireplace. And then in the evening, the trundle bed stored under the big bed during the day out of the way. It's on rollers, and it got rolled out into the middle of the room, and it became everybody's bedroom. Most of the time, 2 and 3 to a bed, but 4 and 5 was not unusual at all. Not even the parents enjoyed the luxury of having their own room or their own bed. That just wasn't going to happen.
Right.
If you have questions about the village, the 6 years Lincoln lived in the village, anything you've seen so far?
Anything you have yet?
I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well,
Reminds
if you do
me-
later, there are other interpreters scattered around, so they should be able to help you as well.
Good deal.
Have a great afternoon.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks for visiting.
Imagine me living.
I know you could
My
probably do it a
one-
hell of a lot better than me, but me living in cramped spaces like that.
Well, not with people.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
like
if
the
your
cabin
own space.
myself.
Yeah, that would
My
be
own cabin.
own space.
Yeah.
Jeez, Bonnie and Clyde and all my tortoises would be like, what the
Well,
hell?
We wouldn't have them. They would be in their little house.
I would have them living with me, you know that.
Well, they would be in their own little home.
Yeah.
Like, that would be Bunny's hutch. Then all the tortoises and turtles can go in there, and then we live in there. See? Perfect.
Nice. On this way. Alright, so now we're here. Several wasps again.
It is. It's a carding mill and wool house. So, yeah. It is a mill of sorts. I was
nice.
completely incorrect on what type, but
Yeah.
I
That's
just
cool.
saw its shape and everything. I was like, it's a mill.
Yeah.
It has to be. It looks just like the water mill. or
Sexy
the gold
piece of
mills.
machinery right there. Look at that thing.
Yeah. Like the water mills and gold mills, basically. Look the same in California.
Nice.
And in California, they use the water, basically, to do that.
Right. So there's this. It goes to that. And then that goes over there, under there. Hooked up to the thing in there. And this whole thing spins or moves.
Horsey?
Oh, the horses? There's the horses. Well, are you enjoying our stay so far?
Yeah,
A
I'm
little
getting
visit?
hungry though, so once we get into Springfield, we're gonna have to eat the foods.
Oh, yes. Food dictates too, especially for her.
Dictates
She's
for
beyond a near not yourself, have a Snickers.
So this is Dr. John Allen's home and office, and he's one of 2 doctors here in the village. He did go to medical school. Back then, you didn't have to go to medical school to call yourself a doctor. You could just hang out your shingle. But he went to Dartmouth. He studied heroic medicine, which was cutting edge for the time. Heroic medicine is based on 4 fluids in the body, and it's felt that those need to be in balance in order for you to enjoy a healthy lifestyle. Those 4 fluids are green bile, yellow bile, blood, and sputum. If one of those is out of balance, that's probably what's making you feel kind of crummy. So how do they rebalance them? They would either puke you, poop you, blister you, bleed you with leeches. If none of that worked, then they give you a dose of mercury. And you've heard the saying, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. Draw your own conclusions. Over here in the case are some surgical instruments that he would have used. In the corner you'll find a pair of crutches of the time. Dr. Allen was not only your doctor, but he was also your dentist, your veterinarian, and your pharmacist. If he had a bad tooth, he'd be happy to take it out. This is used for taking out teeth at the front. These are used for molars. Now keep in mind, this is before antibiotics, anesthesia, and sterilization. They didn't know what germs were back then. Because he didn't see his patients here, he saw them at their homes. The top hat and the saddlebags that are on the left-hand table in there are in fact Dr. Allen's.
Nice.
He also held temperance meetings here. And temperance meetings are the forerunners to Alcoholics Anonymous. The difference between Dr. Regnier and Dr. Allen was that Dr. Regnier liked to sedate with alcohol. Dr. Allen chose to sedate with other things than alcohol. You can't very well teach and preach temperance and then sedate your patients with alcohol.
Yeah. Good to know. It's so interesting to see how times have changed and updated.
Isn't it though?
It is.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for visiting.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I know there's more, but we can stop.
You're getting hungry.
Shopping.
You're gonna get
also.
hangry. She gets hangry.
I mean,
She's not
90%
happy.
of the
Nobody's happy.
population gets hangry.
Except me. I can go like days
Yeah,
without
well,
eating.
you're weird.
I'm weird. You know that, right?